Right. So today we're diving deep into a situation that's, well, it's getting pretty tense, to say the least. We're
Definitely.
talking about South Africa
Mm-hmm.
and their support of the Polisario
Oh,
Front in the
yeah.
Western Sahara conflict.
Yeah, definitely a complex one.
Big time.
Yeah.
And we're using this article, the pasted text.
Okay.
That's the English translation of the original title.
Yep.
And it basically questions why South Africa is, why are they getting involved?
Yeah.
Especially now. I mean, Morocco is gaining a lot of power in Africa, right?
They are. Yeah.
So what's South Africa's game plan here? What are they trying to do? Could this blow up in their face?
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions. Let's see if we can unpack some of this, figure it out together.
Absolutely.
So North Africa, we're seeing like a real escalation in tensions there.
For sure.
And South Africa seems to be cozying up to Algeria,
Yeah.
who, let's be honest, want to put the brakes on Morocco's rise, right?
Yeah. Algeria definitely sees Morocco's growing influence as a challenge. I mean, you can't really blame them.
Right, right. And, this article, the pasted text, it really emphasizes how much Morocco's power has grown economically, diplomatically.
No question. They're a major player now.
Huge. So where does South Africa fit in? What are they hoping to gain by siding with Algeria?
Well, it seems like they're trying to kind of solidify their own position, as a leader in the Pan-African movement.
Okay.
So by throwing their weight behind a group like the Polisario Front, which, as you know, is all about self-determination for Western Sahara, that sends a signal.
What kind of signal?
It says, hey, we're still committed to these anti-colonial struggles.
Interesting. So they're appealing to a certain group of countries.
Exactly. It's a strategic play, for sure.
Okay, but there's a flip side to all of this, right?
Eh?
This article, it brings up the possibility that this alliance, this whole thing with Algeria, could actually hurt South Africa's relationship with Morocco.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, Morocco, they're not just a big player. They're
Right.
essential, especially economically, for a lot of Africa.
Totally.
So this could be a risky move for South Africa.
Risky how?
Well, think about it. Morocco's involved in all these trade deals,
Yeah.
economic partnerships all across Africa. South Africa gets in bed with Algeria, and suddenly they might be on the outside looking in.
Oh, wow. So we're talking like less access to markets.
Exactly. Fewer investment opportunities,
Yeah.
maybe even trade barriers.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
It is. There are real economic consequences here that South Africa needs to consider.
That's wild. It's like this one decision could set off a chain reaction.
Absolutely.
And another thing that this article, the pasted text, it really kind of made me think about is this idea that Algeria might be, shaping how South Africa sees this whole conflict, maybe not painting the full picture.
It's definitely a point worth considering.
Yeah.
I mean, they're close historically and politically, South Africa and Algeria. So there's this shared ideology, and, well, that can definitely influence how they interpret things.
It's like international relations, they're never simple.
No, there's always these undercurrents, historical ties, political goals, economic deals, all this stuff that colors how a country sees the world.
Yeah, for sure. And here's where it gets really fascinating. Okay.
What?
This article, it suggests that South Africa, by teaming up with Algeria, might be trying to go head to head with China and Russia on a global level.
That's a big swing.
Right. It's like they're saying, we're here too.
Yeah, it's definitely a power play.
So is it smart?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, on the one hand, you've got this regional power, Algeria. Aligning with them could give South Africa a bigger voice
Okay.
in, international forums, give them more leverage in negotiations, help them push their agenda.
Okay.
But on the other hand, they could alienate other powerful nations, and that could backfire big time.
Yeah. So it's a gamble.
It is a
Yeah.
big one.
Okay, last point from this article, the pasted text, and it's a big one. Morocco's claim to the Sahara region, it's gaining traction
Yeah, it is.
internationally.
More and more countries are, they're siding with Morocco.
Exactly. So what happens to South Africa's alliance with Algeria?
As Morocco gets stronger,
Yeah.
it gets trickier, that's for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
if the world decides, okay, yeah, the Sahara region belongs to Morocco, South Africa could be left out in the cold.
Isolated.
Yeah, and that weakens them diplomatically, makes it harder to achieve anything globally.
This whole deep dive, I mean, it's really opened my eyes.
Yeah.
South Africa's decision to back the Polisario Front, it's calculated, that's for sure.
Mhm.
There are potential benefits, but man, are there risks too.
For sure.
They're trying to balance regional alliances, economic concerns, and then this whole global power dynamic.
It's a lot to juggle.
It is. And it makes you think, right?
Right.
Will this alliance actually work out for South Africa? Or will it be a huge mistake?
It's a question we'll have to see how things play out.
I guess we'll find out. But it really makes you think, Morocco's only getting stronger. So how long can South Africa keep this up? Will they ever reconsider this whole alliance with Algeria? I mean, I don't have the answers. It's something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, a deep dive into a very, very complicated situation.
Absolutely.
Hopefully we've given you some food for thought. See you next time.